Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies, how the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Aspira Women's Health is dedicated to transforming women's health, starting with ovarian cancer. With me is the CEO, Nicole Sanford, to talk about the company, and timing is right because it's Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month and Day and all of that. So just tell me about the company and what are you doing in particular with assessing women's health?
Sure. Well, I first want to say thank you for letting me be here today, especially. It's World Ovarian Cancer Day. All around the world, companies like us and women's awareness programs are helping women to understand the signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer. So we're really proud to be a part of that. So thank you so much for the chance to be here. As you said, our mission is to transform women's health, gynecological health, which is, I think we're the only company that I know of that's focused exclusively on gynecologic health, which has been underinvested in for many, many years.
Let's talk about the business a little bit and what investors should know. I mean, what makes you different than other companies in this sector?
Sure. Well, our tests are blood tests. They're very simple. We have two tests in the market now. One has been around since 2018. It's been ordered more than 80,000 times, so it's tried and true. So most important thing to know is that this is not new science and we are not a startup. We have revenue and we have a growth trajectory of more than 20% since I've been the CEO last year, and we're looking to accelerate that in the coming year as well. We also have a new test that we launched in December that's performing very well already. Early results are quite promising. That test has a much larger patient population. It's for mass monitoring, mass management. So we're looking to really help doctors and patients make decisions based on facts and data instead of fear. And Overwatch, which is our new technology, is really positioned to do that.
Yeah, you said it was a watch?
It's called Overwatch.
Oh, it's called Overwatch.
Yes,
okay.
It's a blood test. Right now, it's
okay.
used in initial clinical assessment. Most masses are indeterminate. What that means is the doctor knows there's a mass there either through a physical exam or an ultrasound, but doesn't really know what they're dealing with. So this blood test will give the doctor, with 99% negative predictive value, a sense of how concerned they ought to be about this mass. So can they take a watchful waiting approach, or does this woman have a higher risk and therefore needs to go for additional clinical assessment?
Okay. How are you weathering this environment? I mean, there's talk of a recession, it keeps getting pushed off 6 months down the road. I mean, is that having any impact on your ability with the investors, raising money, capital?
Sure. Well, it's certainly very challenging times for anyone in the life sciences space. We have several advantages that others don't have, including a really solid long-term investor base, which I'm super proud of and value. But we have looked at how can we make sure that we're using our limited resources? And yes, that's money, but it's also about our time and attention as well, that we're pointed at the right things and we're positioning ourselves for growth. For me, I believe that it was an opportunity. Last year was a really important opportunity to take a step back and really rationalize how we were focusing. And we're heading into 2023. The rest of 2023, we're extremely excited. We've controlled our costs. We've prepared 2 new products for launch in 2023. This is a really exciting time to invest in Aspira because we're just about to really take off.
Yeah, okay, so you talked a little bit about your future. Any other ads or for the long term, or?
Well, one of the things we did last year as part of this transformation was bring in a new management team. And when I was looking for people to join, I was looking for people who had demonstrated their ability to work through challenging economic environments, but more importantly, to do what we need to do and do it quickly. So everyone that we brought on, they took a look at the technology, they took a look at the opportunity, and now we're all sort of pointed in the right direction strategically. So bringing on that team was really important for us for facing the future.
Okay, well, Thank you. Good luck. I mean, it's important work that you're doing, especially that earlier detection, which is going to be key to the future for so many women.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yep. AYRO designs and produces low-speed electric vehicles and other solutions to minimize the impact on the environment. With me is the CEO, Tom Wittenschlaeger, to talk about the company and what you're doing. And so give me an overall view. What are you building?
So we're building low-speed electric vehicles, but fundamentally we're building a different kind of vehicle. So let's start with, we're building a vehicle built to automotive OEM standards. Secondly, we're building a vehicle that's very light. It emits nothing, it can go anywhere, and it's highly utilitarian. Third of all, we're building a vehicle that is drop dead gorgeous, because nobody wants to drive around in ugly vehicles.
That's right, it's very uncool.
And finally, we're building a vehicle that is designed, sourced, manufactured, and supported, call me crazy, right here in the United States of America.
Okay.
So in all those dimensions, we're really quite unique.
Where are they built?
They're built in Round Rock, Texas.
Okay, and that's where you're headquartered,
exactly.
Austin area, right?
Just north of Austin.
Yeah. When you were creating this company or envisioning this, who did you think your customer would be?
Well, we thought our customers would be people who are very discerning about what they drive, people who are discerning about their social responsibility, and frankly, folks who value quality and folks who value things that are built by their neighbors instead of by people 9,000 miles across the ocean. So we thought those customers would find this play interesting.
And the vehicle itself is also recyclable, right? Made of entirely recyclable materials?
Recyclable and sustainable materials. Okay. So for example, we make a very large use of bamboo. People think bamboo's a plant, bamboo's a tree. No, bamboo is a weed. So when you cut a bamboo field and you make a workbench out of it, or visors, or a dash panel, that bamboo is back the next summer. So it's kind of the ultimate sustainable material. Now everything else on the vehicle is designed to be fully recyclable. Even when we make body panels, the waste we cut off gets reground and reused in the next set of body panels. So we're not just talking about ESG, we are demonstrating ESG, which is what you would expect from real engineers.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like it's everything about it is ESG compliant. The vehicle, and you're producing zero carbon emissions, and
it's ESG compliant, and it's Buy American compliant. So we're proud of both of those, actually.
Now, so there's 3 vehicles. Give me a description of each one.
So there's a utility vehicle that's used, for example, in a resort where you need to run food around, you need to run sheets around, you need to run goods around. That's called the Vanish. Then we have a people mover. So the people mover is an uber luxurious vehicle that basically takes people from wherever you check in to wherever you're going. And that can be in a hotel, in a resort, in a marina, yacht club, any of those places. And then the final vehicle is what we think is the world's sexiest golf cart. And it is a golf cart designed both in Milan, Italy, and designed in Sarasota, Florida by the greatest designers in the world. And it is not only sustainable and American built, but it is just drop dead gorgeous.
Now, are these vehicles in operation right now, or when can people see them in person or purchase?
So today you can see our launch vehicle, the Vanish, which is the utility platform, in our factory in Round Rock, Texas. We've shown it at trade shows all over. The people mover should be available for pre-order at Thanksgiving. and the golf cart should be available for pre-order in time for Christmas.
Okay.
So.
And we're here at the NASDAQ. You're traded, listed here.
I heard that was true.
Yeah. So talk to me about that, like being on the public markets. What does that mean for your growth in the future?
Well, look, public markets are both. They're special in a whole bunch of ways. Public markets give you tremendous visibility. They also give you tremendous scrutiny.
Yeah.
So it's a dual-edged sword. For us, we're excited to be on NASDAQ because I think once people realize that there is a premium option in a market segment where there are no premium products today, I think it's going to bode very, very well for AYRO, and we're really excited about it.
Well, thank you. I look forward to seeing the vehicle. We can bring it to Times Square here someday.
I'm going to park her right out front. I'm going to take pictures with her, and hopefully we'll attract some positive attention.
Looking forward to it, Tom. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Yeah.
On this week's episode of The Green Revolution, the Sustainable Green Team is going to introduce you to Mulch Manufacturing, which is one of their subsidiaries that's over 38 years old, and give you the story as to where it all began. Starting with a brief introduction of some of the employees that created the foundation of Mulch Manufacturing. Meet Tim Burns. He's in charge of engineering the equipment that Mulch Manufacturing uses today in most of its locations. Tim was also one of the people who dedicated a lot of time and energy to putting together the Callahan, Florida location. Meet Rebecca Mahoney. She is our VP of Operations, but I like to call her our Master Coordinator. All of our purchase orders go through her, and she is the one who decides which way of transport is the most efficient. Whether it be by walking floor, the railroads, or an outside transportation company, she makes things happen. Meet Paul Stolle. He is Mulch Manufacturing's Vice President of Sales. Paul is the one who oversees the accounts including big box retailers and coordinates with co-packers and distributors. Paul has been with Mulch Manufacturing since the very beginning, working alongside John Spencer. Talking about John Spencer, he's the one who started Mulch Manufacturing back in 1985. With him leading the company, it has found lots of success and has made a major mark on the mulch industry. Now, John will give us some backstory to mulch and how it all began.
Ralph, my son, he had been in the landscaping business for several years after he graduated from high school. He had a landscaping business going, and he came to me and said, "Hey, this mulch business is becoming big and it's growing every day." And we're talking about in the low at 1980s at that time. He talked me into manufacturing the mulch rather than buying the mulch from the south and shipping it up by truck. He was the one that came up with the idea that we could actually buy logs rather than buying mulch, buy logs in Florida, put them on a log car and ship them up here, unload them from the rail car and go, not even go into storage. We never stored logs here. We took them right off the rail car, put them right on the conveyor took them right into the grinder took them right into the bagger took them right into the truck, and the truck took them right into the customer. So it was a perfect setup. Our business plan in the 80s was to have one product in the state of Ohio. That was it, and it grew from there.
I remember my first couple of days, I was hiring temporary agencies to come and unload containers of mulch into the Super America gas stations, and we were the first ones to bring this category of products into the convenience stores, and they're still doing it today. A lot of things have changed from that very beginning. We were unloading, like I said, by hand and stacking bags of mulch in parking lots at convenience stores. Quickly we figured out there's got to be a better way, because that was hard work. John and others helped put together a program where we were able to unload this product using forklifts. You know, the rest is kind of history. We took off from there, and that really helped our company to grow and to have the financials to really be able to grow into some other markets.
We were trying things that had never been done before. In fact, the industry, hubbub around the industry, who knew we was trying to get started with a mulch company, the hubbub was, they'll never make it, they can't do that. You cannot move logs all the way from Florida all the way to Ohio and grind them up and make mulch. That's never been done, and it's not going to work. But it did. We just worked at it hard enough till we made it work.
One good thing about this company since I've been here, we used to just manufacture cypress. We are manufacturing cypress and pine and hardwood colored mulches, to the fact that we make our own colorant. We become so diversified. We have the machines, and we come out with new products every year. So it's a growing business, it really is. And it's something to be excited about, as being part of Mulch Manufacturing. And that's one of the reasons I've stayed here this many years, because I love the excitement of what we're going to be doing. We need to know, we need to keep on target, we need to get new customers. We need to be excited and passionate about all the opportunities that lie ahead. We really do. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the next door opening is.
Tune in next time on this TV reality series.
Lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis can be difficult to treat and debilitating for an animal's health and well-being. Take control of lameness issues and joint pain. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. With just one injection, Spring with OsteoCushion technology targets the root cause of lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis, helping animals do what they do best.
Global Diversified Marketing is involved in acquisitions and e-commerce. So with me is the CEO, Paul Adler, to talk about this transition it seems like you've been making to be more digital and more e-commerce. So tell me a little bit about that shift and how that's going for you.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks for the question. First of all, thank you for having me on. It's been a while. Now I'm back in a year, and I have a lot of updates to go through. One of the major things that we've announced recently is that we're going digital. And what we meant by that is we're looking to build a lot of e-commerce businesses as well as acquire them. And our current business model is brick and mortar, which has been for the last 4 or 5 years. Still strong. The margin's not the same as e-commerce, so we decided to go a different route. We've done an acquisition back in August of a smaller company, which is e-commerce, the Hula Fit. It's an apparel store that has actually, apparel. It has physical equipment, and it's been doing pretty well for us. We're looking for going forward and looking to really acquire other brands as we're entering that space, and the digital space is giving us much bigger and larger margins than the brick and mortar. So yeah, our shift has been going digital, and that's the main course we're taking right now.
Yeah, so that's really a big transition for you. Is kind of, what would you say percentage-wise, digital versus brick and mortar that you're aiming for?
So our goal is really in the next 18 to 24 months to be between 90 to 95% e-commerce.
Okay.
Still have our own brick and mortar business that we had. We're not looking to stop doing it. But the way we're going to grow that business with 90%, 95% e-commerce is by building our own e-commerce assets as well as looking to acquire.
Yeah.
That's one of the main purposes of us taking that shift.
Now, are you working with Amazon at all on any of these products, or are you separate from that?
Right. So a lot of things that we noticed is that Amazon, you're able to scale your business a lot faster. So we're taking the first step onto our Amazon store. On Amazon, we're growing the business fairly quickly with spending ad money. And then once we scale the business to a level that we want to be at, we're looking to our Shopify store as well. Okay. So we're looking to leverage both e-commerce platforms, but obviously Amazon gives you a lot more faster room to grow.
Really? So that's been a good experience for you?
Very good experience. We've been hitting the ball out of the park in the last couple of months. We're looking to scale fairly quickly. We got our agencies that are working with us, looking to help us to get this to the next level. There's a lot of Amazon sellers that are running an 8-figure sales.
Mm-hmm. And then what about this year? Like, what are your goals for 2023 and beyond for the company?
So the way we look at 2023, we're actually seeing us being able to build a pathway for acquisitions. So this is our major move. We're looking to do a lot of roll-ups and put under our global diversified marketing group a lot of e-commerce businesses. We're always reviewing acquisitions. There's always potentials. So our growth will come from acquiring new, already built companies that have top-line revenues as well as EBITDA and putting them under our public entity.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Paul. Great to get an update.
Thank you.
You've been really busy over the past year.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
SKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SKUR. Visit SKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Weekly Hack. I'm Anna Berry, along with Alain Ghiai, the CEO of Sekur. All right, Alain, you've said this before, and I think it needs mentioning again. Over 91% of hacks come through emails. And today we're going to speak about a business associate that told you about a client's company which was hacked through their email. Now, this is a pretty big deal. The email was asking $175,000 to be wired through the bank, and the bank completed that transfer. Oh my goodness. So tell us a little bit about what happened and how Sekur can come in with the solution.
Yeah, this is very concerning because, well, we call that a BEC, a business email compromise. I mean, I was a bit horrified when I heard that, but it does happen a lot. What happened is, while we say 91% of hacks go through email, even the back end and administrative, essentially employees' email are being read and spied on, sometimes for several months. And then at some point, they know who has access to what, whether it's a database, who does the wires, for example, to pay suppliers, what have you. So hackers come in, and essentially in this case, they took over, they spoofed the email of the controller, who's a financial, like a CFO kind of, and then essentially wired their bank an instruction to send money to a particular account. Now, banks get, hundreds of thousands of requests, not always call back. It depends the rule-based situation that you have with your bank. So it's very unfortunate. I mean, but basically they lost 175 grand. And because the email came from that company, it's hard to prove that they didn't ask for it. So we hear that a lot. This is happening more and more, and that's pretty frightening.
It is frightening, and there are solutions for this, and that's where the Sekur Mail comes in. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, so the way we try to minimize at least that risk is we use Secure Send, Secure Reply, which is essentially a way to send anybody in the world an email notification for them to click in your email, which essentially they connect to our server in Switzerland. They can read an email and then use Secure Reply. That kind of thing cannot be spoofed with email phishing, as we say, and also more importantly, that whole communication is not on the open internet and cannot be read unless you literally break to our servers in Switzerland. You have no idea about what's happening between the two people communicating. And that's how we try to protect, especially business data. We use it all the time. So we do recommend that. And of course, do any precaution that you can, double check when you receive an email from someone. I mean, in this case, it was just somebody took over their email.
It's a very simple solution. I did it yesterday. A client asked me for W-9 and I sent it through my secure mail. Now let's talk briefly about your VPN. I know that you recently launched it this spring.
Yeah, so that's another way to protect, let's say, and to encrypt yourself and to hide from hackers in terms of your real IP address, because all of that happens when people know your IP, which is like your address essentially. So we launched Secure VPN in early April. It's having an amazing success. I think about 25% of our new customers are buying the bundle with Secure VPN. You can go to secure.com and create your own bundle now, whether you buy 1, 2, or 3 products. You get better deals with bundles. So our VPN solution uses our own infrastructure. We do not use third-party cloud providers. That increases the privacy aspect and hopefully the security. And we only have Swiss IP addresses. And we also don't require your phone number. So when you download the VPN on your mobile device, at least nobody knows that that phone number is using the VPN. And of course, it's highly encrypted in the way that we typically do. Privacy is in our DNA. We don't have that many employees. So we eliminate the leakage from employee itself. We've been working together for 15 years, so we're very, very tight-knit. And that's also another way a company can control how information gets leaked out, by checking your employees and having a culture of privacy.
Well, we just talked about 2 simple solutions today in our weekly hack, and I want you to give our viewers the promo code because I'm sure many people want to try this out.
Sure. You go to secure.com, put promo code privacy, and you'll get 15% off all our solutions for the next 5 years. If you're a business, you click on the business toggle there, and you can have the business solutions, or you can have your own domain name hosted by us and a few other features that business solutions offer.
Wonderful. Well, privacy has arrived with Secure. Always great speaking with you, Alain.
Thanks, Anna, and be safe, everyone out there.
All right. Thank you all for watching The Weekly Hack.